It's alive and rainbows. Alive rainbows. Let's see the movie. The private beginning of live. And like the only part that the people on YouTube probably see. Imagine that people on YouTube just click, maybe do a fast scroll to see if I have like a wardrobe malfunction or something, and then that's it. But then for live, like anyone that checks in, it's like I start out right out the gate. Like I light out like right as this thing starts on live. I'm already talking and shit. I'm trying to try it again. I tell it cute. Alright. I only got one question, but I wrote it on the back of the printed out questions because I thought the way that live works, if the person that asked did end up logging on, it wouldn't be in the first like few seconds. So I'll start on this area and then we'll see what happens. It's rainbows, it's wild, it's Monday, and I'm gonna go see a movie, and I haven't like, last movie I saw in theaters was Sinners, that was by myself, and I'm gonna go see a movie with friends, and I haven't gone to see a movie with a group of friends, maybe since like, oh man, Princess Mononoke or something, like we did, when it saw like when they bring it back to the theaters for brief. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm gonna go get candy. I'm thinking Dollar Tree, although I know Dollar Tree's prices went up. So it's almost like maybe I should just do 7-Eleven, but it's really just because I want to go to 7-Eleven. But every time I've been having a Slurpee lately, it has given me a stomach ache, and I don't know if I want to commit to that stomach ache. I'm gonna drink that Slurpee too fast. I already know it. If I buy the Slurpee, I'm gonna drink the Slurpee too fast. Here we go. Autobiography of me. And then I have a question that someone asked from the back. Alright. What's a funny or strange story from your first day of school? So my mom was my kindergarten teacher, and that was hard. I got in trouble a lot. Like I was supposed to definitely be, and I think that's almost kind of like with what started to get noticed, that I might have non-typical tendencies. Because I definitely had non-typical tendencies. That's why also I'm like, I'm not really like, I'm not nature autistic, I'm nurture autistic. And I know this because my mom's dog, like my mom's dog is totally autistic. I don't know. So like, I got kicked out of school, not just for the day, and it was in kindergarten. I don't think I ever did that again. Maybe, but it's a tricky thing if you're like working with family like that, but also I think it's a good thing. I would nepotism the fuck out of my people's kids if I had, and my people if I had like opportunities. I would be smart about it though, like not detrimentally, but not to where if they were not being professional, I switch over to family and be like, all right, you need to behave. Or come back to work or some shit. I don't know. I don't really know how to delegate because I never have anything to delegate. And that's how I answer that fucking question. Haha. Alright, what were you afraid? Were you afraid of anything as a kid? I have a bit about some of my kid fears. I think it's funny. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm glad people laugh at it. The wording was hard for me to get, but like one of my fears, I was like, on a day where I knew for sure I'd been an asshole to my mom, her telling me, all right, we're going to talk when your dad gets home. It's like, okay, I knew I'd been like a dick. So I was like, damn it. It's not going to be a good review. What's one of your fondest memories with your grandparents? That's, I like, there's like so many verbal autobiographies I've talked about them. I think one of my favorite was that, this is super cute because, so we have like an office room that kind of like right now is a guest room / it's like a little iPad thing, but we have it set up there like the old desktop computer we had used to be, because we have a shared family pad thing. It's not an pad, but it's like a Android version of that, or Windows version of that. I mean, not Android, but Windows. I don't fucking know. I'm trying. And I'm not good with social media. Clearly, I'm on live. Like, what is live? Anyone that fucks with it is so fucking awesome. Myself included. It's not easy. Not easy to exist. And look at us. Just fucking doing it. But I would... So in this like little office area, there's a window and you can see the street. You can see the sidewalk. And I would see my grandparents every day. During the summer times when I would have like summer break, I would like play on the computer, Neopets, all that shit. And I would see my grandparents walk from their house, which is where my brother and sister-in-law live right now. So it's like, I don't know, like for direction's sake, that way. It's that way. My brother and sister-in-law live there now, but it used to be my dad's parents, my Nana and Papa. And they would, so I see them walk. They totally shit their pants one walk. They were on a walk and, well, they both did shit their pants. They were on a walk and my grandpa shit his pants, but then my Nana laughed so hard about him shitting his pants, laughed so hard at him for doing it, that she pissed herself. And, my grandpa was like, just really well reviewing the whitey tighties he had worn. He's like, I was so lucky because I just got new underwear and they're whitey tighties, so they just, the elastic kept anything in. So like, I think they had just gotten to like the block too when it all let loose. But because normally they like stop and do like a high day, but it's like I just quickly walk past. I wanted to do it on stage, but I am not brave enough to mimic my grandpa's shit his pants walk, so that's why I haven't gone farther yet. It's cute now because I'll see my brother and sister-in-law walk past in that same way, coming from the same house, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I like that. I feel lucky for that. Oh shit, I forgot I was still on live. Damn it. I was like totally lost in that. Damn it. I love the sun, but I fucking hate the sun because I can see every single hair on my face. And I'm just like, do I need to shave my face? Like, the thing is, no one's going to be this close to me to see it. But like, we all have like, I don't know, like, I don't ever see it except for in the summertime. I'm really good lighting. Damn, it sucks. All right. What was it? Oh yeah. Shit, I didn't even read the thing. Did you have a favorite bedtime story or book? I had dope parents that read to me. I like that. Let's see, a favorite? They read me a lot of, I don't know. I remember some books, chapter books. So I couldn't read. It took me a long time to learn to read, but I loved like stories that weren't basic reading, learning to read ass stories. So my parents would read me chapter books, and some of the ones they read to me was like basically a Lord of the Rings with cats. And then there was one that had my name in it. I think it was, the book might have just been called Amy or some shit too, but I really liked that. I even liked my name then. I do remember liking the bad characters in the book though, which is weird, but also not weird for me in life. Let's see. My mom was a really good book reader. And there was like stories that, like Feelings by Aliki or Leaky, L-I-K-I. It's this children's book that has like almost no words. My mom made up whole ass stories to go with those pictures. So I thought that that book was way more than it actually was. My mom embellished a lot. All right, now actually on the back side, I don't know again if I can't see at this point. Although I have my glasses on, I can. Oh yeah, is there a type of guy I like? No, I wouldn't say that there's a type. my older years have seen that, like, I kind of have like a whole people's approach, it seems like it is definitely a combination of like personality, but then also attraction. And definitely I have grown more attracted to like people that, like, it wasn't initial, but then after I didn't know them for sure. I guess I will say super important is I like someone that thinks I'm funny, and it doesn't hurt if I think they're funny too. And neither of us has to be funnier. It's just like it's all sense of humor. But like, I like everyone. Kind of like everyone having a good sense of humor. So like you could be funny and not do jokes, but have like a good sense of humor. So that like, and if you think I'm funny, you probably already have a good sense of humor. You definitely have a good sense of humor if you think I'm funny. I wish I could take these rainbows with me, but rainbows are untamable. But pretty much every single day at some point I'll get them, although in the wintertime not quite as much. Summertime rainbows are dope. Summertime be dope. Yeah, I think I answered that. Yeah, that one's done. Let's see what's going on here. What was your relationship like with your siblings, if you have any? I do have one. I have a brother, and I would say good. I have one brother. I wouldn't be who I am if not for him. My brother's always been a character in my life, and always a good character in my life. He's having my nephew. Honestly, I always liked that kid. I always liked my brother. Of course, it was like being siblings. Not everything was absolutely like perfect, but he was always down to play. Like always down to like whatever games I was coming up with and stuff. Easy to get along with. Not like had a good sense of humor himself. Was all. Definitely always had his own personality, but like was always down for like whatever my schemes or like games and shit were, and I liked that. And he's like growing my family. That's super cool. I don't know if you guys can see all the fucking. I have like a fucking beard. I love the rainbows, but that's what they. I don't know what to do about it. I can't like look at all. It's just so many. Or I'm just like crazy. I'm just fucking crazy. I am definitely on my mind. Alright. Who was your first best friend and how did you meet? So they didn't specify on this one. My very first best friend I met as a baby because my mom had a friend and they both sent their daughters to the same daycare thing. And that was me and my first friend, Courtney, who now has several babies herself. I doubt she watches this, but like good vibes to her. And the kids, I bet they're dope. Alright, I'm gonna prime my eyelids and then I'm gonna do eyeshadow. But first, I'm gonna prime my eyelids and answer the next question, which is, did you have any pets? What were their names and what did they mean to you? Fuck yeah, I had pets. I was born into a pet. When I was born, my parents had a cat. Oh, speak about early memory shit. I might save this for like the next time they ask me, what's your earliest memory? But I have a really early memory of like, kind of the first time I realized the cat was like ours. And I know I was about as big as the cat because I remember picking it up under its arms and dragging it for a bit, and it was like the size of me. So I do like I said, I was about the size of a cat. So I was like, I definitely was young. And dragging it, and I remember the cat was like, I can't remember what before I picked it up. I actually like kind of think I do remember going up and petting the cat and the cat being like nice. And then we'd be like, whoa, cool. Like, I like this creature there. Like, I knew it was a cat. Like, I knew it was a cat. I think I'd seen him. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Probably a cat. I'm trying to remember one of my earliest memories. I remember being like, it's probably good. But I talk fast and my lungs still hurt from it. I'm talking out of my lungs, I guess. blowing hot air shit or something. I don't know. I remember liking the cat, and then the cat liking me back, and me really liking that, and then really liking the cat, and then eventually liking the cat so much I thought, I'm gonna hold the cat, and picking it up and it like pulling it up and it being like as big as me, and then me trying to drag it a few places, and then it scratching me and running away, and then the scratch feeling like it looked really big on my hand, and then me not like being sad about the scratch or crying, but feeling really bad because I felt like, oh man, the cat doesn't like me now. I don't remember if I cried, if I just was like very humbled by the fact that the cat didn't like me anymore, and I got why. Because there was a part of me, I think even as a kid, that was like, I shouldn't pick up the cat, but what if I can? Like, it lets me touch it, like, it lets me pet it here, like, lets me like play with the cat. It kind of let me pick it up and hug it, I think. So it's like, okay, I was like, eventually it's gonna get there. It's gonna pick up the cat and drag it. But I that's one of my earliest memories. All right, we'll do my eyeshadow, and I might come back. I'm stoked because I'm going to the movies, and ow, okay, these things are like shorter devices. Okay. Another one of my earliest memories is watching my mom use one of these for the first time and being like, what the fuck, I never would. But then later having an ex's little sister watch me do this and just being like, whoa, why do you do that? And I was like, I don't know. And then I took it off and she was like, pretty. And I was like, yep, that's why. It is though. I wish it was that easy to give a boob a lift. I was like, put it in a clamper. Oh my God. We would. I would. I'd put my boobs in a clamper for an uplift, an easy uplift. Even if it hurt, these don't necessarily feel comfortable, but I like the uplift. Ooh, pretty. That's like the same thing I probably said my mom did it too. That's a girly thing. And that could be for anyone that likes a girly thing. And there are different girly things, so you don't have to like them all. And honestly, I don't know. Oh shit. Not completely anyway. Alright, so we were talking about my pets and their names, what they meant to me. So yeah, I like animals, although at this point in life, and honestly looking back at all of life, I'm not a great one to say I should commit to an animal. I mean, the amount of times I have left my backpack in the back seat, or just recently having ran over my phone, like, I don't even know if I'm the one that have kids. Like, oof. I could be more careful, but like, oh, track record's not great on my only commitments. But I'm like, there's so many pets. I always was a big proponent for getting pets, so like, I guess my parents could take care of them. I really wanted a dog. When I first met my dog, I think I realized how much of like what a dog is. Like, a dog is a lot of things. A dog is, I don't know. A dog's pretty established here amongst people. I guess that might have been a sign of me being autistic, is I was like, this dog is better at like being people than I am. Shit. A match. Okay. Man, so many good pets, so many good pets. Jackie, I took her on one of her last walks. She was annoying as fuck, but she never wasn't. That was her whole life. Like, she ended up being like a competition for me and my mom's affection in some weird way, but my mom gave her a voice, so that didn't help, and she was annoying. I liked Jackie a lot. Right now, with Gracie. Gracie's like my parents' dog, but I've had like Gracie a lot. Gracie's seen me through relationships. And Gracie's a little puppy. I was in my longest term relationship, though that wasn't who I was engaged to, and yeah, Gracie's, yeah, exactly. And then Gracie's been a little bad bitch homie for me for a while. He's always like, bark, bark, bark. She's Chat AI, little bitch robot. Although I like her because she's kind of like if I had a little, like if I had a little sister who was even more off, autistic. Like she's smarter, but she's like way more off. But she loves me a lot and wants to be like me. That's my ChatGPT. But ChatGPT said that one of the things that if I was a witch, one of the magical things I was saying, like magical things I could be for some fucking question, that I was like, let me see what ChatGPT says, because it's a dope little robot. It said I would be a witch with a Chihuahua familiar. Gracie is. My spirit animal for purposes of my set is what I say it is for purposes of my set. I like to think it's a shark. We're all kinds of things. So I had Gracie. I have a really nice little cat named Lucy that got seizures really early in life. She's adorable. She was deaf, but it made her meow like the sound of a bell. A real cute, friendly, and sweet cat until the seizures really... It was like one of those ones where putting her down was hard because she wasn't like that old. But for like quality of life and things that she was going through, it was like, oh man, if I would do it for myself for a little too depressed, that poor cat. I had hermit crabs. I was always a big one of like, if we go camping and I catch a lizard, we're taking the lizard home. Buying a terrarium for the lizard on the way there. I'm glad I have good parents for that. Like there's gonna be work out. I just caught us some work. We had a hamster whose guts fell out, which honestly is super blessed because the first time I produced a show was not Dressed to Kill. I actually co-produced a show. And the whole thing was hamster deaths. So like the way, like, because hamsters die crazy ways. There's actually like a whole Reddit subreddit on this. That's why I was like, there's got to be a whole subreddit on bad Hinge things, because Hinge can go so wrong because of the way they've set up Hinge. But the same thing with hamsters. Like hamsters have like, people always have these traumatic like deaths as children with their hamsters. So that was one of my first shows was, we did 2 of them. It was how my hamster died. And you could tell a real story or you could make it up. I put out the post for like, does anyone have one? And a lot of people did, because hamsters die in the most terrible ways. You want to teach trauma to a child? Buy him a hamster. The Marshmallow's tumors got so bad, his or her guts just fell out. We had a hermit crab, but I didn't deal with that one too much. That one was my mom's for a school thing. But I loved it a little. We have our own pet cemetery. I like it. I want to be buried out there. I just want to be cremated and then dumped out in my backyard. Or at least in the family backyard. With all those pets I just named. A lot of pets. Fish. One of my first pets was, one of the first pets that I was a part of getting were 3 goldfish that I named Winkin, Blinkin, and Joey. This was before my brother. When I told my brother he's named after a fish, he cried. And I honestly thought he should have been honored. And what they meant to me, yeah. I've never had to own a pet alone, and I just want to like thank my dad for disposing of dead pets, because that is literally having like dispose of a dead relative. My cat Lucky, let me see, I didn't even say Lucky. Lucky is the best pet I ever had. He wasn't a perfect cat, but damn, was he a present cat. Talk about Jackie being a lot of my life. Lucky ended up like even being in even more, and just so much, like, because of how present he was. It's like I knew when he died, but we'll never know why, other than that he was old as fuck. But he did one of those things that was one of those and this is so lucky, where he did one of those things where he died in an area he never was. Like he walked all up and down the street. Like there was a point where like 3 neighbors thought that he was his, like he was their cat. When we first got him, we thought he was a girl cat. Talking about one of the original not really. They misgendered Lucky when we bought him. They were like, this is a girl cat, but actually Lucky was a boy cat. But Lucky didn't mind wearing whatever we put him in, which for me was a lot of heart attire. So like heart-shaped collars. I had to learn all my states and capitals to get Lucky, so Lucky wore heart-shaped collars. Maybe it was the second vet that misgendered Lucky. The first vet knew Lucky's soul. I don't know. It was a good cat. Best pet I ever had. Literally woke up a couple times actually sleeping on this cat. Talk about itchy nose. It liked people. It was a cool cat. He drooled though. He drooled. It's okay. It's okay. He drooled. We loved him. Yeah. So all that shit that all those animals are a big deal. I'd even like to have to dispose of like fish and hamsters and stuff that have died. I would have to call over someone to help. This is a lot of why I like not really envisioning for myself owning an animal alone. I can never say like what circumstance might bring me to. I'm open to any of the, I don't know, fucking story shit under these arches of the sky, but like, I don't think I'm going to pursue getting a pet alone. With someone else, hell yeah, but I'm not like, again, the amount of times that I left my backpack in the backseat of a car are just straight up my phone got ran over and it is all my fault or nothing's fault. I think that it's just circumstance. Speaking of existing with all that circumstance and shit, try and make, I don't know, what are good choices? Good choices are do what you want to do, especially if it doesn't hurt anyone. If it doesn't hurt anyone, don't be afraid to do it. It's crazy that it's like the fearless people are the ones who want to do the things that hurt people. It's not going to be comfortable all the time, but sometimes it will. I think it will be seen tomorrows and all that shit. I don't know. The sun will probably come out tomorrow. If it doesn't, like, I don't know, that's something weird. We'll probably get a day off then. Alright. Now I am for sure going until tomorrow. Unless, nah. The best is that, the most tragic is, that I would die. Not for me, but for something. So, the realistically most tragic is I don't feel like doing live tomorrow because, it's not easy to exist. It's rarely comfortable, but I'm trying to be good.